Hey everybody, this is Roberto helping you create something awesome today with the amazing one and only iJustine.
Hello, thanks for having me.
No, thank you so much for inviting me to Camera Camp and for doing this interview.
Of course.
So, Justine, you've been an OG creator pretty much since the beginning of YouTube, even somewhat before YouTube, just like early internet. How did your creator journey start? Like, I found you through an absurdly expensive, long phone bill once
Oh,
upon a time on the
yes.
internet. How did your
Why?
internet journey start?
Yeah, I mean, that was super early on. So I feel like in the beginning, I mean, there was very early, like just various websites. I was kind of joining everything because I just kind of had this feeling that I didn't belong, I guess, to any sort of groups in school. I didn't really have
Same.
friends that liked the same things that I liked. So when I discovered the internet, probably around sixth grade, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like a whole people that like Apple computers
Yeah.
and that like technology. So it
Mhm.
really started, I guess, probably at a very early age.
Yeah, no, that's about roughly the time I got into the
Mhm.
internet. We probably are from that generation of like AOL 5.0.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so interesting. What made you decide to start doing YouTube videos?
I don't know if there's anything specifically. I think it was just because I was making video content and I was posting it everywhere. So YouTube was just kind of another
And you were posting
platform.
videos before YouTube existed, just like me, like back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, definitely. And then I mean, I was posting it on MySpace. It was on Yahoo. It was on this website Rever, which was one of the first
I remember
places to.
Rever.
Yeah, they still owe me $20. That's cool. I'm clearly over it. But yeah, I was just like posting content everywhere. Just I don't know. I don't really know why. I just
Mhm.
was doing it to test these websites. There was also a very early website called JumpCut, which
Yep,
then got acquired by Yahoo.
I remember
And
this.
yeah, so it's also kind of exciting because that same team is actually working on something now again.
Very
So
cool.
and I'm working with them also on it. So
Nothing you can reveal? No
I mean,
exclusive?
kind of. I don't know how much they want me to say yet, but it's just
Okay.
cool to kind of see something that was there when I started, and now they're going to try to revolutionize the way that we create videos now.
No,
So
that's
it's
very
pretty cool.
interesting. That is very cool. So, you've worked with some of the biggest brands in the entire world, whether that's Yahoo, Microsoft, Sony. How does that happen? What can you tell us? Like, reveal your secrets. How does that actually happen?
I'm
Those
not. Yeah,
partnerships.
I mean, I do have an agency now that I work with. I do have a manager, but like before that, it was a lot of creators. Like we have an email address, like a business account,
Hmm.
and people would just contact you through there, and then you would kind of vet it and be like, "Is this serious? Or are you going to kidnap me? Like, is this real? I don't know what's happening." So it's kind of just a lot of like trial and error too, because you don't know who's real, who's legit,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a lot of research. So I mean,
Especially early on.
definitely, yeah. So like I'm grateful to definitely have a team that does at least a lot of that kind of stuff for me now that sort of vets it. But I still get emails in my inbox. I meet people randomly and it's like, hey, we should connect. And then, we kind of figure things out. So it also I think is a lot of brand loyalty as well,
Mm,
where or trust as well is huge
right.
because it's like a lot of brands know that they can trust me to create a piece of content. They're not that I'm not gonna have a scandal, like
Yeah, that
next
you're going to
week.
represent them well. You're going
Yeah.
to be a good ambassador and everything like that. And you've done a great job of like really keeping your brand clean and like avoiding inserting yourself into any like controversy and like, and I think that you're a creator that everybody could be proud of. Like I think that nobody is going to like have their kids tune into you and then regret it 5 years later. So,
Right. I mean, unless they watch some of my old Call of Duty video games because I was like, raging. But
yeah.
other than that, I have removed them since.
Well,
It's.
as a gamer does though, right?
I mean, if you play, you know.
If you play,
Yeah.
it's like no, like my like Xbox lobby days are lost to the sea of
Right.
time, forgiven and forgotten, as they say. How does a creator do early, like in your early days of content creation, or even before you got management, even when you're doing it yourself? Like, what are some of the things you did to vet brands and relationships?
I mean, at the time, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I think it's like any new creators, you just kind of take a chance.
Mm.
There was definitely some brands that I worked with that I never actually got paid or,
Oh
a
no.
lot of those types of things. But it's just like it's kind of the nature of that sort of
Yeah,
thing. Like you get screwed over and you're like, I won't do that again.
I've even experienced that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like not getting paid is just like that's one of the worst things and everything. Now people have all these situations like Linus with like potentially getting hacked.
Yeah, which was wild. I know there was one company that we had worked with that they ended up going bankrupt. So then it's like we posted those videos years ago and now they legally don't have to pay us because of the bankruptcy. So it's just kind of one of those things and you
Yeah.
you learn as you go and we all make mistakes and then it's like great. It's like people are always like, "Well, what's the biggest thing you regret?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, well, I could go on and on, but if I didn't make that mistake, then I wouldn't have done this thing.
Mm.
So it all kind
They're
of
lessons that build the success that you get to enjoy.
exactly.
No, I appreciate that answer. That's actually really solid. You know, we talked a little bit about the past. Like, do you have any favorite videos from the past that you like always think of nostalgically or like fondly or that you go back to?
Oh gosh, it's weird because I feel like I've had so many different phases,
You have.
which is
Yeah.
so random. And today we did like a session with Renee Ritchie, who was talking about like, keeping your channel consistent so that your viewers know what they're gonna get. They don't know what I'm gonna post next. They know I'm probably gonna post a tech video, but that's not guaranteed.
Mhm.
Maybe I might do a cooking video. Maybe I'm into snowboarding now. Oh, I think I'm gonna skateboard this day. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna start talking about that I love jujitsu. So it's like no one knows what my channel is about.
Mm. Well,
They
it's about you. It's about the journey of iJustine. You're one of the few creators who may have earned the right to a personality brand and a personality channel. Like, and I mean that sincerely. And the fact that regardless of what you do, we do know what to expect. We know that this will be something that's filmed in a very high quality with the same level of energy and enthusiasm you bring to every aspect of your life. We know that we're going to get like a fun, earnest, sincere video from a creator that we like, so there is continuity in your
Thank you.
channel.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I
That
would
that
say it's
makes me feel
continuity
better.
more than consistency, and I think those 2 things get confused.
Right.
So, like, yeah, I mean, because there are things that just, like, are the iJustine experience.
That is true. Yes, I get it. Though that actually makes sense. That actually makes me feel better because all this time I'm just like,
I try.
man, I just don't have like I'm not consistent in my uploads, but I guess when you put it that way then
Yeah.
yes, maybe there is.